In a small town surrounded by golden wheat fields and wide open skies, lived two brothers, Eli and Lucas. From afar, they looked like the perfect pair, sons of a kind family, respectful and bright. But under Eli's composed smile lived a quiet sadness, the kind that doesn't scream but stays day after day, like an invisible storm. It began subtly, a compliment, a comparison, a shadow. Eli, look how Lucas picks things up so fast. Why don't you try to be more like your brother? Lucas is going places. Eli, you should watch and learn. Eli never said a word. He smiled, nodded, did his chores. But the question lived in his chest. What's wrong with me? Why am I never the one they talk about? Eli was the elder by just over a year. He was calm, helpful, thoughtful. He walked their neighbor's dog every evening, helped his dad fix a fence, and stayed after class to help clean the art room. Lucas, on the other hand, was a spark. Funny, fast, naturally gifted. He was the one teachers remembered, the one people clapped for. They lived in a modest farmhouse outside of Maple Hollow, a rural town where traditions still mattered. Sunday dinners, Thanksgiving family football, and stories passed down from Grandpa's war days. Their parents, Ben and Claire Thompson, raised them with values. Work hard, help others, and always stay grounded. But even with all Eli did, most of the praise went to Lucas. He wasn't angry with Lucas. Not really. He was disappointed in himself. Why couldn't he shine the way Lucas did? Each year, the town held a fall festival in the community park. Apple pies, crafts, music, and a grand kite-flying competition. It was a cherished tradition. That year, Eli spent weeks building a special kite. He used his grandfather's old flannel shirt for the cloth, a hand-carved wooden frame, and stitched in a red ribbon for his mother's wedding box. He didn't tell anyone. He wanted the sky to speak for him. The day came. The sun was bright. Families gathered, cider in hand. Lucas flew his kite like a pro, all flair and confidence. People cheered. Eli launched his. For a moment, it soared. Bright, bold, beautiful. Then, snap, the frame cracked in the wind, and the kite spiraled down into a pumpkin patch. No one noticed Eli walking away from the crowd, but inside he broke too. Later that day, Eli sat by the old oak tree near the edge of town, a quiet spot where no one would find him, except Lucas. Lucas walked over and sat down beside him. You know, Lucas said, kicking at the leaves, that kite I flew today wasn't mine. Eli looked up, confused. It was the one you made last summer. I just painted it and added a tail. Eli blinked. Then why did they say you made the best one? Lucas shrugged. Because you never say what's yours. You give things away. You hide behind them. He turned to Eli. You keep thinking you don't matter because they cheer for me. But they don't even know half the time that I'm just finishing what you started. The next week, their dad hurt his back stacking firewood. Eli took charge. He fixed meals, changed bandages, even managed his younger sister's school rides. One evening, while cleaning up the living room, he found a notebook tucked inside an old family Bible. A loose page stuck out. It was a letter, handwritten by their father. Eli, I may not always say the right things, but I want you to know I see you. The quiet strength, the early mornings, the things you never brag about. Lucas may get the applause, but you're the one who holds his family steady. You are the reason things don't fall apart. And if you ever feel unseen, it's only because your light is so steady. We've come to depend on it. Eli sat there for a long time, holding that note. His chest felt warm and full, not because he had finally been recognized, but because he finally believed it. Weeks later, on a crisp November evening, the town hosted a lantern walk, where families released floating lanterns into the river, carrying thoughts they needed to let go. Eli stood by the water's edge, holding his lantern. He wrote just one thing on it. I let go of comparison. I choose joy. As his lantern floated away, Eli didn't feel small anymore. He didn't feel invisible. He felt free. Today, Eli isn't the most famous in town. He doesn't win every award, but he's the one people turn to in moments that matter. He teaches kids how to build birdhouses, helps elderly neighbors with groceries, and fixes up donated bikes for kids who can't afford them. Lucas now works in a big city, successful and busy. But whenever he visits, he tells his friends, "Meet my brother Eli, the one who taught me how to fly." Moral: comparison is the thief of joy. We're not meant to live someone else's life. We're not meant to measure our worth by applause, trophies, or timelines that don't belong to us. Your worth is not based on what the world sees. It's in the kindness you show, the patience you hold, and the silent ways you hold others up. So stop chasing someone else's light. Be your own.